What's up, potty people? So this is the first time in a very long time that I'm actually doing an empties video where stuff isn't falling out anytime I move the box. Like, I have a good amount of stuff, but it's not gonna be an hour-long video, so I'm pretty proud of myself. I'm trying to get ahead of myself and not procrastinate doing these, and plus I just want to throw this stuff away. Yeah, you guys know how this goes, so let's just go ahead and get started. Let's just go ahead and get it out of the way. Ebates dry shampoos. We all know this is my favorite dry shampoo. I really don't ever buy anything else because it works so well for me. Now, I will say my hair lately has been getting a lot of buildup and getting gross looking faster. So I feel like maybe my hair is kind of getting to a point where I need to try something else because it's getting immune to this. I mean, this does work, don't get me wrong. It never doesn't absorb my oil or anything, but it just seems like it's kind of like plaque on your teeth. It's like plaque on my hair. Next thing I have is the Bio-Mega Freeze Baby Mega Hold Hairspray. This is my new favorite hairspray at the moment. I've already bought this numerous times. I've probably repurchased this 4 times at this point. I started trying it maybe 3 months ago. I'm very picky when it comes to hairsprays because I want something to give me a lot of hold, but not look dry and crunchy and feel very alcohol-y. This gives me a lot of hold, but it gives me that touchable look. Like, I can run my fingers through it and it doesn't feel dry, and it kind of, I don't know, like, it's movable, but it lasts. Next things I have are the Maui Moisture Coconut Milk Shampoo and Conditioner for dry hair. My hair is pretty dry on the end, so I do look for hydrating hair products, but you can find this at Ulta, you can find this at Walmart and drugstores like CVS, I don't know about CVS, but you can find it at Walgreens and Rite Aid, I know for sure. This just didn't really do a whole lot for me. I do like the conditioner better than the shampoo. The shampoo is, I think it's sulfate free. It's silicone free. Yeah, it is sulfate free. It's not one of those shampoos that makes my hair feel detangled and super silky smooth like before conditioning, which is what I prefer. I don't really get that a whole lot, but I do prefer to find that. It just didn't really do a whole lot for me. It wasn't super moisturizing or anything. Now, I will say the conditioner is more moisturizing and it does make my hair fairly silky and detangled and stuff. Like, it doesn't take me nearly as long to like brush out my hair after a shower, but still not the biggest fan of this. So it's not bad. I would like to try other products within this line just to kind of navigate through the entire line and the brand, but wouldn't repurchase this. Next up, I have the I don't know how to pronounce this. This sounds like a Game of Thrones name. Dionys? I don't know. You can find this at Cracker Barrel and some Ultas. It's a goat milk skincare line, and this is their goat milk lotion, and this is in the scent Verbena. Is it Verbena or Verbena? Verbena and cream, who knows? I just realized, like, have you ever watched a beauty video talking about products from Cracker Barrel? I mean, we are setting a new standard, people. I love this stuff, and I never go through anything like this size, so yeah, between me and my husband putting it on his stupid face, it got used up, and I liked it a lot. Next up, I have the Aromatherapy Energy Smoothing Body Scrub. This is from Bath & Body Works. This was just a standard body scrub. It did smell like essential oils. It says it has orange oil and ginger oil in it, so it does feel very like essential oily. But whenever I used this, my skin did feel very soft and properly exfoliated, but I'm not someone that's like super stuck to any kind of exfoliation, like especially for my body, because I feel like there's so many different kinds out there. I just want to kind of branch out and roam through them all. So this was okay, wouldn't repurchase it. I have the True Skin Naturals Retinol Moisturizer with hyaluronic acid and vitamin E and B5. So I actually found this on Amazon because I go through, like, I go deep diving within Amazon beauty stuff, and you can find a lot of cool stuff on there with a lot of ratings, and this had a very high rating with a lot of reviews. So I was like, okay, I don't know if this is one of those products that with time it works better, because it was just okay. Like, at this point, I wouldn't repurchase it. I don't know what the percentage of retinol in here is. Oh no, actually it says 2.5%. Okay, so that's actually a pretty decent amount for something that you buy on Amazon or over the counter. It does have quite a bit of oils in here. It does have vitamin E oil, let's see, phospholipids, aloe vera. Organic aloe vera is the #1 thing in here, and then it says organic sunflower seed oil. Retinol is actually pretty high up there. Jojoba oil, wild crafted green tea. Like, there's a lot of good things in here, but ran through this quite fast. But this wasn't super hydrating or anything. Like, it was a little bit thicker, so it did feel a little bit more softening on the skin, but it just didn't really do a whole lot for me. I didn't really see any difference in the amount of time that I used this. And when I would wake up the next day, I wouldn't notice a huge difference in my skin as far as hydration. The Biore Deep Pore Charcoal Cleanser is probably my favorite drugstore cleanser. It just works so well with my skin. I have oily, acne-prone skin, and it really helps keep my oil and my acne at bay. Now, if you have dry skin, this will dry you out. So I do try to avoid using this in the wintertime just because it does dehydrate my skin. It does have quite a bit of fragrance in here. Like, it's pretty high up on the ingredients list, which means it's pretty concentrated. It does have salicylic acid, which is good for acne. It has charcoal powder at the very bottom of the ingredients list, so not a whole lot. It's not the best for your skin. Next up is the Lala Fox Micro Essential Mist Moisture Water. This is from Walmart.com. Lala Fox was in Walmart stores for like a good year. I believe they're a Korean brand. I did an entire video of like a full face of Lala Fox products, and for the most part, like, I am very impressed with their stuff, but now they're hard to get your hands on. And this is like one of my favorite setting sprays ever. It prolongs the wear of my makeup, but it also makes my makeup and my face look like glass. It's the craziest thing. It has a really nice, very, very fine, high quality mist on it. Like the kind of mist that everyone's looking for in setting sprays nowadays. It has that on it. It's like $12. The Essence Volume Stylist 18-Hour Lash Extension Mascara is something that I teeter back and forth with, liking and not liking. Like, I would try to use it for my top lashes, and for a while I would really enjoy it, and then I would kind of get out of it because there were other mascaras I liked better. But for the lower lashes, this is magic because it does the perfect amount of everything that you would want for a lower lash mascara. It volumizes but not too much. It lengthens but not too much. It gives like the perfect amount of fullness and thickness for the lower lashes without looking like spidery and clumpy. It's just an amazing mascara, and I will continue to repurchase it for my lower lashes, but it just doesn't do enough for me for the top. Speaking of, the Essence Lash Princess Sculpted Volume Mascara is my numero uno. This is my favorite mascara. I literally have probably 8 of these on standby, maybe more. The Revlon Color Burst Lip Butter in the shade Peach Parfait. This was my freaking jam until they discontinued them. This was just such a universally flattering color. Like, it's just a really pretty, there's not enough in here, just what? It's just a really pretty corally peachy pink with a golden sheen, and it looks so glossy on the lips, and it was so comfortable like a lip balm. Like, I'm someone that has to have a lot of gloss and like a lot of hydration on my lips because they're so dry, and this one I could use without using a lip gloss on top, which never happens. So I don't know why they took these away. Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Dark Circle Eraser, one of my favorite concealers ever. It's just such a nice formula. It's full coverage. You can build it up. It sets really nicely. Like, I know a lot of people that don't even set this with a powder. They just use it on its own, and it just doesn't crease or fade or smear off on me, which is hard for me to find nowadays, and I will continuously repurchase this. This is just one of my OG favorite concealers. The Sephora Radiant Luminizing Drops in the shade Ultra Light is so pretty, and I don't know if they discontinued these. Like, I know these are on sale right now, so I think they're kind of getting rid of them slowly, but I love this product. It does come in a medicine dropper, so you can use this to like mix in with your foundation or your primer or your moisturizer. You can use it on its own. I would always use this by itself as a liquid highlighter. It's so pretty and natural and subtle. I could see this working for pretty much everyone except maybe like super fair complexions, but if you can find this still, I highly recommend it. It's such a good formula. The Catrice Prime and Fine Makeup Transformer Drop in the shade Lightning. I didn't like this. This does not compare whatsoever to my LA Girl HD foundation, the shade White, which I use for mixing everything. That stuff is amazing. This, like, you would have to really try to perfect your ratio. Like, you couldn't use too much foundation mixed with it. Like, you would have to use a very small amount of foundation to this, and it would lighten eventually, but it just took so much product to do it. So I would say opt for the LA Girl foundation mixer. It's just so much better than this. I went through a CoverGirl Ultra Fine Brow Pencil in the shade Honey Brown. This has become one of my favorite brow pencils, and it's just the perfect formula. It is creamy but not too creamy, and pigmented but not too pigmented. This is a dead-on dupe of the Anastasia Brow Wiz, and it's only $8, and no one ever talks about it. Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade Light. I love the Fit Me concealers. I have like 3 in my collection right now. It's just such a nice like gel-like formula. It's very creamy, very easy to work with, doesn't crease or budge on me, and I can build this up to full coverage. Now, it does start off more like a medium coverage, but such a universal concealer. It would work for so many different skin types. This is also something I like to use just as spot conceal. If I'm not going to be wearing foundation or anything, but I do want to kind of perfect my skin, I'll just put this on my blemishes and stuff, maybe a little bit under my eyes. And it's one of those that looks very skin-like, so it doesn't look like, oh, she's got concealer on certain parts of her face. Jessie's Girl Liquid Liner is literally the exact same thing as a Kat Von D Trooper Liner, or what was it called? I don't know, whatever the liquid liner that she has that's really popular, it's a dead-on dupe for it. It's exact right down to the brush tip, the formula, the blackness, everything about it. It is pretty faded right now because it's pretty much dried up. But I love this thing. It's so easy to make a wing with it. It's really easy to be precise with it also. It doesn't transfer or smudge or anything. Just a really good standard liquid liner. The Kokie Set and Forget Long Lasting Makeup Setting Spray. I don't really think I talk about this a whole lot on camera because setting sprays are one of those things that takes me a long time to figure out. In my opinion, this compares to the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. It's just a generic standard setting spray. It works really well. It did have an okay mister on it, but it is pretty wet. But it does fix your makeup pretty well. Like, it really revives your skin and just kind of puts some hydration back into it. Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless is one of my favorite foundations. It's not super matte. It's actually more like a satin matte, but it wears so well on me. I can get full coverage out of it. It looks really nice and skin-like on my face. And I've repurchased this already because I love it. I really enjoy the Sistar Beauty It's You setting spray. I don't know if I enjoyed it enough to repurchase it just because I do have others I can get more easily, like at the drugstore. But this one definitely did make my skin look like kind of like the Lala Fox micro setting spray or micro essential mist or whatever. It kind of makes my skin look like glass, and it also did improve the wear of it. So it's a very good setting spray, but Sistar is one of those brands that you can only find online. The ColourPop Cream Gel Liner in the shade Call Me, I think. I just don't like these ColourPop gel liners. They're not a gel in my opinion. I feel like these are very dry. They flake off and dry off and like crumble very, very fast. And they just don't glide on effortlessly. Like, they just kind of pull and tug, and they don't wear very well on me. So yeah, I'm piggy with liners. I have another Maybelline foundation. This is the Dewy and Smooth foundation. I do like the matte and poreless better. I feel like that one is more universal for different skin types. But this one's really good as well. It's more of like a natural dewy finish. It's not super dewy to where it's like an oily, greasy look. Like, I feel like when you see dewy, you sometimes think, oh, it's gonna make me shiny or it's gonna be greasy, but I have oily skin and it doesn't make me super greasy or anything. I'm getting to the point where I'm talking a whole lot and I'm kind of like stumbling over my birds. What? But I probably won't repurchase this for a while just because if you could see my foundation collection right now, you'd understand why. The NYX Precision Brow Pencil had my heart for such a long time consistently. Like, for the longest time, I did not repurchase another brow product, but since I started using the CoverGirl Ultra Fine Brow Pencil, I've kind of stepped back from this one just because I don't really like the color anymore. Like, taupe is the only thing I've ever used for my brows, but ever since I started using the CoverGirl one, which is in the shade Honey Brown, I kind of took a step back and I'm taking a break from taupe brow pencils, but I love this thing. It's pigmented, it's creamy, it lasts all day, and it gives me such a fast, like, filled in brow. I love this thing so much, and I will repurchase you soon, but just not right now. Another Maybelline concealer. I'm telling you, I am the biggest Maybelline concealer fan. This is the Master Conceal Camouflaging Concealer, and this is such a good one as well. Like, when people ask me what's my favorite drugstore concealer, like, I always tell them about these three, but I don't know which one's my favorite because they're all equally good. But this is full coverage, does not crease on me, does not settle into my fine lines or anything. It lasts all day long. It's easy to work with. It's like, again, like a gel consistency. I'm gonna wait a while, but will definitely repurchase this. The Chi Silk Infusion Serum is just a trial size, but this took me forever to use up. Like, I had this for probably maybe 3 months and used it pretty much 5 days a week. So if you're wanting to try this, but you don't want to splurge on the bigger size, just get this one to try it because this will last you forever. But this is just a standard serum. I've tried so many serums and I have my favorites, and this probably isn't my favorite. Like, I got to the point of using this and kind of getting bored of it and like just wanting to use it, just use it up. So it worked. It made my hair shiny. It helped kind of rejuvenate my curl and stuff like any other serum that I use does, but just wouldn't repurchase it. Next up, I have the Dermablend Loose Setting Powder in the shade Translucent. This is just your typical translucent, like HD kind of setting powder. I feel like they're all pretty much the exact same. I don't really feel like powders are super unique anymore. It didn't make my skin look thick or cakey or anything. I will say that. I feel like it did set my face really well. It's just a powder. It's just a powder. And then I have the, what does that say? Niakio? Oh, okay, wait. I like how it has a pronunciation thing right below it for stupid people like me. I still can't pronounce it. Nikeo, that's what it is. I don't know if this is Korean or Japanese, or it says it's made in New York. Okay. So this is the Maracuja and Yangu Soothing Oil. And I really did like this. I got this from Sephora, and like, I just got it for like, I don't know, I may have purchased this with my beauty points or something like that, but I'm usually not overly impressed with oils, and I just kind of started using oils recently, like within the past like couple months or so. So like I'm not an oil connoisseur or anything, but I have learned that a good oil is kind of hard to come by because some of them can make them your like skincare products underneath peel and cake up and ball up and stuff, but this one didn't ever do that. And I would wake up the next day, my skin would be very hydrated and very glowy and still feel like I had like products on my face, which is what I like. Like I like to wake up and still feel hydrated and glowy. I don't know. Whenever I wake up and I don't have anything going on with my face, I'm like, it didn't really do anything. I just waste my money. And then I have the Stellar Beauty Brilliant Primer. Is that all it's called? I got this from Sephora. It's just a little trial size. So this is one that's illuminating, but it's also kind of blurring as well. So that's a good thing for people with oily skin if you want a glowiness, but you also have large pores. It's very thick. Or not really thick, it's more like a moussey texture. It feels very, very soft and very smooth. As far as how it performed underneath foundation, I don't really feel like it did anything spectacular or super unique or anything. Like I just feel like the concept is unique. You know, the fact that it's an illuminating primer that also blurs your pores a little bit, but just didn't really do a whole lot for me, just kind of boring. Next thing I have is the Avon Moisture Effective Eye Makeup Remover Lotion. I've had this way too long. Like I started selling Avon in 2014, I think it was, and I'm pretty sure I've had this since like 2015. That's the reason I'm getting rid of it, because there's still a lot of product in here, but I've just been hooked on using like cleansing oils and cold creams and stuff like that, so I just never really used this a whole lot, but I loved it. It's very soothing and super gentle, but it melts off everything. But it works pretty much the exact same way as a cold cream or a cleansing oil, so like I don't really like to use separate products for my face and my eyes. Like I just like to use one thing just to get it all off and go. But yeah, I would definitely repurchase this. Okay, 5 years and 50 products later, and we are finally done. I was really hoping that would take me a lot less time, but I'm a rambler. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and want to see more of these. There's no point in me doing them if you don't enjoy them, so make sure you let me know. And subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you never miss an upload, and I will see you guys in my next one. Mwah.